So I'll get started with my opening remarks, which are not very long. They're all just kind of centered around me getting people into the room and basically thanking everybody for showing up, for believing in this tournament for the entire season. It's probably, if I'm honest, the thing that I've been looking most forward to every single week throughout the entire spring and the summer. For multiple reasons. Not only did I get to meet a lot of new people, they're not all here today, but Sam, new member. I got to meet Cody Allison that I didn't know. A lot of Bobby, we've got to play a lot of golf together that I didn't get to play. And these are tournament rounds, these are competition rounds. I get to see you under the pressure, see how you perform. You're here tonight, obviously, for some good reasons. I don't know, I know we made a lot of changes. We didn't have any big pools of money. We basically got people here for the competition. And there was a lot of good competition. We got to measure some new up-and-coming players against some veterans. And I definitely saw improvement. I saw definite improvement from our younger players. And I think that had a lot to do with some of our more veteran players, giving them some time and some patience and basically showing them the ropes. I know that I benefited tremendously from a lot of older guys letting me play with them, Ben included. And it's good that we have that so that we can model some behavior for y'all. So I'm glad that y'all can benefit from that. I know that nobody pictured any of this stuff at the beginning of the year, and you just trusted it. You showed up every week and you knew something was going to happen. We didn't have this podium. We didn't have any of these trophies. And you know, with the price of wood this year, I figured the most expensive thing we can make our trophies out of is some good solid wood. So we've got all of these things to pass out.
Oh, don't you ask that.
Wherever I was supposed to buy from, that's where we got it from. So I won't take too much time. I'm just going to go in random order here. And there's a couple of awards that ended up popping up that are not even on here. But I'm going to start with a couple of the most important ones, I think. And one of them is from a guy that, I don't know, I think he's soon to be an empty nester, I think. I'm a no nester, so I don't really have a lot to do, and that's why this Wednesday is important to me. It gives me a big group of people that I can look forward to hanging out with. But the award that we're going to start with is the Sportsman of the Year Award. And I heard some people talking about what is Sportsman of the Year Award about. And it's basically about the person that really embodies this competition, that looks forward to competing. You know, the other thing about this guy has the hardest job out of any of us and still cares enough to show up on a Wednesday. And everybody's thinking, who is this guy? John Mendoza is the award. Right here. In honor of his dedication, despite all of his much more important duties throughout the week, I just wanted you to have something to put on your shelf to show that we appreciate you showing up every week. He has tournaments that he runs, and for him to be a part of this one means a lot. Thank you.
I just want to thank you to Chad. Chad has actually came out and put this together every weekend, put the teams. That's the hardest part, is getting these teams together and giving them fair. Sometimes they were pretty stacked, you know, to benefit maybe even himself or whoever. But other than that, it was a great job. Good summer in playing some golf. Enjoyed playing with a lot of people. I like how he does it. The camaraderie together, everybody's doing well, and let's do it next year. Get a committee together and make it really big. Have sponsors, have bigger trophies.
I'm going to grab another one here. This is almost like Christmas. I think I'm getting on a roll. This next one is also an important award. It's not even on the list. This is an award that was basically, I was inspired to create this. This is the first ever FedEx Cup Ironman Award. What is an Ironman, you might think? This person not only was dedicated to showing up every single week, and I know John just cares about the competition. He cares about the fellowship, and it means everything, but I never heard from John that he wanted to win. that he needed to win. This guy wanted to win every single week. And if you're looking for somebody to pick on a Ryder Cup, I've been on teams before where people are like, hey, I'm out here just to have a good time. And if they're my partner, I'm thinking, we can have a good time secondarily. We're out here to compete and win. And this is a guy that is going to compete. He wants to win. He's the hardest fighting person. And sometimes he's going to have, a beer in his hand, cigarette in his mouth. And that's basically what he needs to do to reach peak mental readiness. Anyway, this is in honor of Troy Tucker, our first ever FedEx Cup Ironman award. Let's hear it.
Ironman.
FedEx Cup Ironman. You are an Ironman, man.
I have told you guys.
He's never half-assed anything in his life. He's whole-assed the whole way. Okay, this one's been a long time in the making. This is the most deadly person with a putter from 50 yards that I've ever seen in my life. And a couple of his seeds have spawned their own golfers, and they've ended up winning 2 awards. So on their behalf, we've got Brindley Patterson that ended up winning the 2022 Women's Amateur Club Champion that took place earlier this year. Hell of a job, Larry, on whatever you did to raise them. Also, you're accepting a most improved amateur player of 2022 for the FedEx Cup. This is Cade Patterson. If anybody played with him, he cashed second place in the very first tournament we had. And then he went on a tear towards the middle of the season. I think he got some new wedges. I definitely noticed improvement in his game. So make sure he gets that. He noticed his improvement. Now waiting quietly in the wings, the person with the sweetest sounding voice in the room, I can promise you. We've got Nathan Fox, our 2022 club champion. And he's also my singer. Let's hear it for Nathan. Nathan, congratulations, buddy.
14 more to go.
He's always ready for a speech.
I do want to say something because, first off, good first round this year, Ben. No, but we do want to thank Chad and all the enthusiasm he's brought to doing this Wednesday night deal. Anybody that's been on the board knows we don't operate at the highest margins here. It's important to be able to get people out here and interested. Between the way he's gotten the kids involved and I came out here on Wednesday nights. I got church on Wednesday, so it's not the best night for me, but I'd come out and see a whole bunch of folks that I wasn't seeing. John Anderley, off the top of my head, I think I saw Stan Berry out here a few times, and it's, I know we've gotten into school now, so a lot of kids couldn't make it tonight, and Pete's always out here, and a lot of the coaches make it, but it is important that we've got somebody that's enthusiastic about doing stuff out here, and so thank you to Chad, and if you see him, make sure you thank him, because we need things like this out here, and we appreciate all your work.
Well said, and I don't want to get into relationship advice out here because I'm probably the worst to take from that. But I will say one thing, that this believing in this whole Wednesday thing, it is kind of like a relationship with the golf course and the country club. And one of the few things that you can actually believe into existence is that's a relationship. It's this commitment that we have to the country club and the Wednesday night thing, and really just to ourselves. I really like that I can come out here and I can always bounce whatever is on my mind off of anybody in the group. It's, I think, what people would describe as fellowship, so I appreciate everybody showing up. Let's keep these going. I've got a couple of other ones here. We've got somebody in the room that has put in a lot of work out here, and he's going to have to accept this award for everybody on his team. I don't know if you saw the slideshow we had going around earlier, but if you noticed, I had what everybody shot in all of the rounds, and the lowest round of the entire season was shot by Bobby Kahn and his team. You shot 9 under. on one of those tournaments, and that was the lowest round by 2 strokes. So you win the FedEx Cup All-Star Award for the lowest round, and you're gonna have to accept your award and one for all of your teammates.
Good job, Debu.
Good job. You were there early with the captainship.
I just want to thank all the folks that had to be on my team. I'm not a very good golfer. I want to thank Chad for his hard job. He had to find somebody to take me each week, so thanks a lot.
Good job. Another person that has been patiently waiting, we had a net adjusted club champion this year, and he's everybody's favorite guy to hang out with, Cameron Holloman. We've got the locally famous Gus Holloman here to accept Cameron's award. Gus, thank you so much.
I have received a few athletic awards in my time, but I've never gotten a golf. So I had to go vicariously through my son to finally get me a golf championship. I just know when my son gets so excited to make sure he shows up every Wednesday, all that he could, because he's on the road so much. I just know it's a real good thing and well needed for Cameron. So I'm gonna wear this proudly.
This is one that's also not a surprise, but let's go ahead and get him up here once. This won't be the first time that you see him tonight, but we have, this is also somebody, since I'll just share a little thoughts. When I first see these trophies, I didn't write anything down, I just thought I would pass them out, first things that would come to mind. And this is also one of the guys that I felt like was patient with me growing up, knew me before I could drive a golf cart. And I know I've benefited from a lot of the things that maybe he didn't even know that he taught me, but I observe, you know, I observe how people play the game, and I try and mimic the things that I see that I like. And somebody that definitely knows how to play the game, Mr. Toad Hornung, would you come up here and accept your 2022 Senior Club Champion Award? This one, everybody knows.
I didn't know you were watching.
We can jump over here and get a picture too.
Yeah, I'm not much of a speech maker.
You're
I
gonna be up here again.
will say,
Well, let's,
we've never had the numbers on Wednesday afternoons that we've had this year. It's been great, it's been fun. Keep it up.
Well, hang in there, because we got a better trophy than that. You know what? While you're up here, let's not make you get up twice. This is the best I could do in terms of thought process for a good trophy to celebrate our season-long FedEx Cup champion. This is definitely going to an honorable person, and on the back you've got a little handle that you can hold on to so you can present it properly. And if you want, I'll switch you out. This is definitely one we should get a picture of.
This is the right-handed handle.
This is the right-handed handle. Let me get a picture with this one. All right, now get one by himself holding it up. Like that.
With your other trophy, get both of them.
Yes. And now we've got another one that is also this is a surprise. Maybe nobody saw this one coming, but we did have, and the slideshow is now gone, but if you notice, the last several pictures featured this player. He is our 2022 FedEx Cup Senior Player of the Year, and this goes to Gene Shottle. Gene, you won the last 2 events. He shot up. He finished with over 390 points on the season, and most of those came from the last 4 tournaments. That was a close to the season. Gene, that's in honor of your play and also of your good beekeeping. All right, good job.
But if you've got 30 minutes or so, I would like to say a lot of thanks to Chad for doing all this, because if you haven't ever done something like that, you don't know how much work that is and how much time consuming it is to do this, to put it all together. I mean, look at all this. A
lot of work went into all this. And every Wednesday out here, and everybody running in, do this, do that, here, give me this, give me that. I don't know how you did it. Thank you, Dad.
Okay, I'm gonna announce a couple of these. We don't have anybody to pick them up, but we did have a newcomer of the year, and it was Sam Stroder. He barely He barely beat out Cody Allison, who was on the list for a long time. And for a newcomer of the year, you have to be a first-year member. And we had those two first-year members, and they definitely competed. Both finished with over 400 FedEx Cup points. But Sam Stroder, if you see him, you can congratulate him on our Newcomer of the Year award. I'll make sure that he gets that. Now we have two other awards before we get to the main event, which is the FedEx Cup captains picking their Cameron Cup teams. We've got, earlier this year, we have one of the hottest up-and-coming players who has claimed his first club championship of the junior amateur variety. Let's hear it for Haiti Bailey, the 2022 Junior Amateur Club Champion. I don't know if he wants to say anything, but I will say something. It's been one of the probably funnest things that I've done this year is get to play with y'all. And I know y'all are really good players, so I felt bad anytime I put you on my team. Everybody looked at us funny. But we went camping last year, and we didn't really hang out any much before that. It was a fun camping trip. But now I know anytime we go camping from now on, we're gonna be a lot closer because we've got to compete under here. And I know I can trust y'all under battle. You've got my back, and I know I've been really appreciative of that. So the second award, actually, this lets me grab the second one. This is also extremely well deserved. This is our first ever FedEx Cup Junior Amateur Player of the Year award. And this went to the junior amateur that finished with the most FedEx Cup points. You'll also see him up here shortly as one of our FedEx Cup captains. This is Brody White. I hear he has a grandfather that plays golf. Let's get a picture. All right. Oh, let me get in here with you. Good plan.
Good evening, everyone. I want to give a big thanks to all of my teammates and especially Chad. Let's all give a round of applause to Chad for putting all this together. It's been a long and fun and just overall wonderful journey throughout this season, and I'm very excited for the next few seasons to come. Thank you.
Okay, we've only got two more awards to go, and both of these awards actually come with a stack of FedEx Cup chips. There are 12 in each stack, and these are going to our FedEx Cup captains. These are the individuals that finished first and second on the FedEx Cup point list throughout the year, so they earn honorary captains. They're not going to be on the same team. I don't have a pointer here, but there are two teams of 12. You can see there's a captain on each team, and they are about to pick their individual players. The first 20 are going to come from the top 20 on the list, but the last captain's picks can be anywhere on the list, and I know Ben is on the list. He's there. He's ineligible. He's saying he's not eligible. All right. Well, some people are going to be glad to hear that, because I know him and Brody would be a hell of a team. I'm glad I don't have to face that team. Okay, so here's the format. Let's bring up the two captains. We've got the 2022 FedEx Cup Captains Awards are going to Toad Hornung and Brody White. Great work. Brody, you want to grab the first one? Let's get a picture with the two captains up here. They are about to go head to head. So you also are going to get these 12 stacks of chips. I don't know if you want to use the podium to pick your individuals, but the rest of this is going to go pretty quick. I'll make my closing remarks, and then you can either use the podium or go up to the board. We've got dry erase markers. We'll put your names at the top of the list, and then you can just go down the list of available players. Maybe lobby some good players that could cancel a golf tournament and show up. All right, I'll do my closing remarks then if nobody else has anything that they want to say. This wouldn't exist if we didn't believe in it. None of this stuff was here last year, and I think it's only going to grow next year. I'm hoping that maybe we can get some food. Those fajitas we had at the member guest come to mind. But our next tournament, if you don't know, it's not until March 1st. So we're about to enter the off season, and I'm going to miss everybody. Hopefully we'll get some off season events together, but stay healthy, stay flexible, get those clubs clean, and I'll see you at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, March 1st, 2023. Thank you everybody for believing in this tournament. All right, let's see what team I'm on.